All right, here we go. It's another Sunday night YouTube podcast with Giuseppe Santa Sauce. That's me. All right, so this one's about. I recently read this research out of Northwestern Medical. They discovered that every time we tell a story about our life, we change it a little bit. We just every little thing gets changed each time we tell it. So the more you tell the story, it everything keeps changing a little more. Even if you don't even have to tell it, even if you look back on it, your brain doesn't go back to the original time that it happened. It goes back to the previous time that you mentioned it. So even thinking about it reinforces, I'm going to call it a new story, which might not sound crazy to you right now, right? But if you just fast forward, you're on your deathbed and you're looking back on your life and everything that you're looking back on a life that you're looking back on those stories that are kind of not your life. That's kind of not really what happened to you. Do you realize how insane? that's why. That's why I sort of love this research because it's the craziest thing and it kind of means nothing at the same time. I don't know. Because everything we do in our lives is to pretend we have an awesome life so we could look back, right? Everything you do. I mean, first, obviously, we're designed to sort of make children and have a family. That's the first thing. But beyond that, you want to be able to look, everything you do is to look back and say, I had a good life, I had a great life. But you're going to look back and say, I had a great life, but based on stuff that kind of really didn't happen to you, or that's not really true. That is, oh my God, what that does to my brain is so crazy. And then just think about, okay, so you're on your deathbed. You're trying to have a pleasant, you're trying to have a pleasant last week of your life, right? And maybe you bring up a few of those stories, and then there you are, and then someone's correcting you. No, that you said Chicago. No, that didn't really. Yeah, that actually happened in New York. So there you are trying to enjoy the last 48 hours of your life, and you're getting corrected on the stories about your life. So you're dying feeling like you're a crazy old man. So this is a great lesson. And when there's someone in your life who that's happening, not to me, who cares? Who cares if he said Chicago and it really happened in New York? Right? Let it go. Why do you gotta be right the last 48 hours of someone's life? The research, yeah. I can't believe how insane that is. Because anything you do in your life to create an awesome life for yourself, there's so much detail involved. Right? You like things a certain way. You go to Spain because there's something in Spain you want to see. And then now knowing that it's all those details are probably, not going to be there, or they're going to be changed somehow. And then I started thinking about the only way to keep it I was about to say keep it real, which sounded very dated. To keep it to keep it as close to the original as possible is to, when these moments happen to you, to get them down somehow. Get them on paper or in the computer or on the phone or in notes. So then you could look back, and then it might be interesting to see how much you've changed all those stories. But then you might not even remember that you did that. You might think that somebody else did that for you or something. I don't know how it's going to change for you. Which is what I love about people who are vlogging every day or doing podcasts. There, or even if you're writing songs, I think it's cool that you can go back and then you could listen to that moment or hear that moment, and then that's it. There's nothing in the way. Like what you just said is what you just said. But do you want to go back and read through or listen through your life instead of moving forward and living your life? I don't know if anyone's going to want to really do that. And it also helped clarify for me. I write about 12 to 16 songs a year. I write, and only 3 or 4 make it through onto the album. And in the past, I've tried to go back into those other songs that haven't made it. And I thought, oh, maybe if I just change this a little bit or change that, it would be something that I think is I think worthy of being on the album. And I remember attempting to do that and feeling as if the song has now sort of kind of hardened and turned into sort of this light, this thin rock layer that if I were to touch it or try to move it around, it would sort of crack a little bit or maybe crumble, and I could never really get it back to its original shape. Because I was trying to go back, I feel like there's no way that I can go back and redo that moment. That moment just has to be that moment. So in my attempt to go back, and now I'm in a new place, a year later, a year and a half later, I still feel this way. I feel like those songs can't really be touched. I mean, maybe you could steal a line or two and put them into another song, but to go back with who you are a year later and try to recreate that is, I felt dishonest, a little, I think it would be embarrassing. And I feel like you can hear that in at least my recordings. I feel like you can. Yeah, so it taught me about that as well, which I thought was really cool. And maybe does that even apply? I don't even know if I'm making sense or not. But for me, it does. So it's cool that research sort of gave me a new vision on that. Instead of me trying to fight those songs that were recorded a year and a half ago or a year ago, now I understand that they shouldn't. I don't think they should be touched, and they can't be touched. I truly think. Yeah, crazy. So every time you tell a story, it changes a little bit. You tell it who knows how many times, or even if you think about that story, you're reinforcing the new version, and there you are on your deathbed, and it's not even really what happened to you. It's so nuts. And it's not like everybody, I think the study had 122 people. All of them, there's no 100% in research, but all of them showed exactly the same thing. And then 10 other research studies were done with different research teams, and they all came up with the same results. So this is really happening. This is not, it doesn't matter on the culture or whatever, or at a different time. Oh my God, it blows my mind. Yeah, so I have nothing else to say on this. But take that with you as you go to sleep or as you finish your workout or whatever you're doing. Even right now, just thinking about it, I'm squeezing my head and my forehead because I can't believe that that's a reality. And maybe I said that like 8 times already, but I don't care because that's what it's doing to me. All right, so that's it. This is the new podcast. That's it. I'm done. Also, I've been asking. I said I was going to do this every week. I'm doing this every 2 weeks now. So every other week. That just seems to sort of work out with the way I'm doing everything. Um, that's it. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.